Hi, I'm Rob Reiner. Many of you know me as an actor and a director, but what you might not know is that since childhood, I've been a big fan and student of the great film comedians of the past. I've studied and laughed along with such greats as Chaplin, Keaton, Laurel and Hardy, W.C. Fields, the Marx Brothers. But perhaps my all-time favorite was the comedy team of Chick Morton and Eddie Hayes. Morton and Hayes started out in vaudeville in the 20s and soon became famous in the 30s and 40s with their hilarious short comedy films. For years, these films were thought to be lost forever in a tragic fire. But recently, here in Los Angeles, when workers were either in the process of tearing down a Dairy Queen to make way for a new Sizzler, or vice versa, a rusty, battered old vault was discovered. That vault contained over 100 classic Morton and Hayes comedies. With the permission of the Morton and Hayes estate, these films have been completely restored and will be presented to you in their original black and white format. Tonight's film was made in 1941, when the detective movie was all the rage. Producer Max King, along with his versatile comedy stars, began production on what they hoped would become the definitive statement of that genre. So tonight, sit back, relax, and enjoy Chick Morton and Eddie Hayes in Daffy Dix. Who knows? Maybe you'll even figure out who done it.
Excuse me, but there's a woman out here to see you.
Send her right in. Eddie, wake up. Eddie, wake up.
That is a nice-looking piece of cake.
Cake? Ooh, I hope it's chocolate with ice cream on the side when you put that on the top.
All right, knock it off. There is no cake.
No cake?
No, we got a potential client. We got to make ourselves look presentable. What are you doing now?
Just fluffing a little
Well,
bit.
fluff yourself, huh? Please come in. I'm Chick Morton. This is my partner, Eddie Hayes. Please seated. Why don't you tell us what's troubling?
Well, I've got this corn, and the shoe just rubs up against it.
You take notes.
Right, Chick?
Please.
My name is Amelia Von Astor. My husband is Dr. Hayden Von Astor. He's head of psychiatry at Cousins of Mercy Hospital. And I have reason to believe he's arranging moments with outside company, expressing himself in other ways. And I want to know who. You see, I've been a good wife, and I won't sit idly by while he's out every night laughing and physically doing. I won't stand for it, I tell you. Huh?
No, and no one would expect you to. Please, let me make sure that I've got all that straight. Eddie, read that back.
I can't, Chick. There was paper over here, and I went, and it blew wind out, and there was this evil black bird thing, and we pulling thing we had, and this is all I've got left. I really...
Let me apologize for my partner. Now, What makes you think your husband is arranging these moments?
This is rather embarrassing.
Oh, it's quite all right. Eddie and I are both professionals. I assure you we've heard it all. Be completely candid.
You see, my husband and I haven't been intimate in months.
We'll find your husband, Mrs. Von Oster. Can you give us anything to go on? Anything?
He meets her every evening at 6:30 at a roadside manor called the MacGuffin. He always wears a black dinner jacket. At exactly 7 o'clock, they go up to room 13. Here's the address of the place along with directions. There's a picture of my husband and a picture of the car.
That's not much to go on.
Just remember, Eddie, if anybody asks, we're professors from Sweden.
This way, messieurs.
Gee, Chick, he thinks we're French.
Even better.
Here you are. A lovely table with a splendid view of better tables.
Geez, we're kind of hoping we could get that table over there behind the palm tree.
But that one we hold for parties of 3 or more private detectives.
Eddie. Look. It's him.
How can you tell?
Just take the pictures.
Chick,
Huh?
we have to get her to turn around.
Lady. Psst. Hey. Hey. Now, Eddie! Now, that's her, all right. Well, these rich people are strange, aren't they, Eddie? They like to toy with people like us. Use us for sport with their little games that they amuse themselves with. Well, they don't amuse me. Hello?
Now, don't tell me that's Chick.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Von Oster.
Did you find anything?
Find anything? She wants to know if we found anything. All the nerve. Yeah, we found something, all right.
Come over immediately. I'm having a dinner party, but I can see you before. I must see those pictures with my own eyes of mine.
Come on, knock it off already, will you? The joke's on us, all right?
Why, whatever can you mean?
I guess little people like we don't mean much to you hoity-toity types. Well, let me tell you something, lady. Morton and Hayes are no playthings to be discarded on your scrap heap.
I have your $200.
We'll be right over.
Madam is in the study.
Oh, yeah? What's she studying?
Probably more practical jokes.
Thank you, Reginald, for bringing in my tea.
It was Dr. Van Oster who brought it in. He thought you would like it before the guests arrived.
Oh, that was very thoughtful of him. Now that's a good cup of tea. Just the way I like it. By the way, where is the doctor?
In his study, not to be disturbed.
Well, everybody in this joint is studying.
Maybe there's a big test for rich people coming up.
That will be all. Thank you, Reginald.
Very good, Mum.
Well, what do you have for me? We must hurry. My guest will be here presently. Make me look at what you have. But she is me. But how can that be? I'm not her. I am me. Wait, I know who this is.
Yeah, sure. It's you.
No, it's
What did she say?
Loosely translated, she's dead. Right this way, Inspector. We'll show you what a dead body is.
What's going on here? Who are you?
Homicide Detective O'Brien, who are you?
I am Dr. Von Aster. What is the meaning of this?
Look at him, Mr. Innocent.
Yeah, next he'll be making like he doesn't even know his wife is dead.
Dead?
Yeah. Come on, chick, let's show him.
I'm telling you, 10 minutes ago, there was a dead body right there.
And I suppose that body just walked away. Is that it, Morton?
Who walked away?
These gentlemen are advancing the preposterous notion that you are dead.
Dead? If I were dead, I hardly think I'd be able to do this.
Well, she's right, chick. If she was dead, that would be very hard to do.
Should I run him in, Mr. Astor? Rough him up a little?
No, that's all right.
As a matter of fact, we'd like to invite the boys to dinner.
Really? Hey, that's swell.
Hey, I guess these rich people ain't so bad after all, Eddie. Unhand me, you civil servant, you. Well, I guess we'll be feasting on filet mignon with high society, or you'll be down in cold Java and dunking stale sinkers with the riffraff.
Yeah, you can't lay a finger on us now, flatfoot. Oh! Guess I went too far, huh?
Yeah.
Reginald, show these gentlemen where their formal wear is laid out.
Very good, Mum. This way, please.
Oh, what's that smell?
I don't know. I suppose I am nervous.
Why? They're bumbling idiots.
Even bumbling idiots can stumble upon the truth.
Then we'll have to get rid of them, won't we?
Nice of the Von Asters to ask us to tie on the feed bag.
You said it.
Mr. Morton, Mr. Hayes. Have you tried the pate yet?
Thanks.
Don't mind if we do.
Why don't we all sit down? Please.
Mr. Morton, I see you haven't eaten your pate. It would be a shame to let such a delicacy go to waste.
Oh, yeah? Well, if you want to eat something that smells like a damn schnauzer, be my guest.
Very nice. Not like damp schnauzer at all. More like...
Well, once again, the ambassador's wife has fallen asleep. It's past her bedtime.
Yes, it seems the ambassador has passed out. He never could hold his liquor. Reginald, please, escort the ambassador and his wife to our guest quarters.
Very good.
Aperitif, gentlemen?
Actually, our doctor suggested we cut down on our poison, so excuse us. We should be going.
Oh, thank you so much, really.
Don't get up, really. You look good in that bike, coming down like that.
Thank you. We had such a wonderful time with you.
Good light for you.
Excuse me, Mrs. Von Aster. I just... Chick!
What is it? What is it?
Mrs. Von Aster!
Well, then who's that?
Idiot. There's no need to tax that pea-sized brain of yours. Let me explain. This is not my wife, Amelia. It's her wicked twin sister, Mimi.
Don't you see? It's so obvious.
They were separated at birth.
Dr. Von Aster!
Yeah. And the lady's gone, too. Eddie, I know who the murderer is.
You do?
Yeah, it's this guy with the gun.
Well, I don't...
Very clever deduction, Mr. Morton, but not quite clever enough, because now it would seem to be necessary to be rid of you, too.
The butler did it. I know it.
You never said that.
Yes, but I thought it.
You might have thought it, but you never said it.
A person can think it and not say it.
But if a person thinks it and doesn't say anything, how's anybody else supposed to know about it?
Good point. But
Oh, shut up! For years, I've stood by on the sidelines, in love with Mrs. Von Aster. Well, that no-account Dr. Von Aster was in cahoots with her evil twin, planning to steal her fortune. But now it seems the tables...
Boy, you think rich people like this would pay their electric bill? The butler. And he's dead.
Yeah. That leaves only...
Me? After all, why share the Von Aster fortune with anyone when I can have it all to myself?
Makes sense to me.
Me too.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just consider the case closed.
Oh, not leaving so soon, are we, gentlemen?
Yeah, well, we don't want to overstay our welcome, and you probably want to get to work on that alibi. Then again, we are enjoying your company, and it is the shank of the evening, so...
I'm sorry, boys, but I'm going to have to kill you.
You're sorry.
Listen, if you're afraid we're going to tell anybody, our lips are sealed.
Gentlemen, prepare to meet your maker.
Hey, don't shoot!
Get up! You sniveling cowards.
All right, wait. Before you pull the rug out from under us, I got something to say. And I'm going to say it right now. All right. What you have to understand is we're dealing with a woman with exceptional balance here. 99 times out of 100...
Shut up! Prepare to meet your maker.
I'm ready.
Well, gentlemen, I guess it's come down to fisticuffs.
Please, you're a woman. We're men. another job well done. That evil twin will be behind bars for a long time.
One thing I don't understand, Chick.
What's that?
Well, where did you ever learn to throw knives like that?
Are you kidding? When I was a kid, my uncle was in the circus. Taught me everything. It's simple, really. Let me show you. You put your arm back, flick the wrist.
Excuse me? Your 3 o'clock appointment's here.
And throw.
Oh! Better reschedule that.
Another case solved. I'll be right back to tell you more about upcoming Morton Hayes comedy classics. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show, and I'm so glad you had the opportunity to finally get a taste of the genius of Morton Hayes. The success of these and other Morton Hayes comedies spawned fan clubs around the country and throughout the world. People just couldn't seem to get enough of these endearing clowns. The Morton Hayes likeness spread like wildfire. By 1939, there was hardly a child who wasn't the proud possessor of a set of Morton Hayes hand puppets. Hello, Chick. Hi, Eddie. Adults were seen drinking their morning cups of steaming hot mocha java out of these Morton Hayes mugs. And for a more comfortable walking experience, you could even purchase a pair of Morton Hayes foot pads. In the coming weeks, we'll bring you such Morton Hayes classics as Society Saps, The Bride of Mummula, Pardon My Puss, and their series of detective films, which include The Case of the Cranky Corpse, Mr. and Mrs. Murderer, Dial N for Nincompoops, and the star-studded extravaganza, Morton Hayes Meet Sherlock Holmes at Charlie Chan's House. So until next week, this is Rob Reiner saying drive carefully, eat slowly, keep a balanced checkbook, and buy all the products you've seen advertised in the last half hour. Good night.